Rhode Island, known by many as the Ocean State, may be the smallest state in the U.S., but its waters tell stories deeper than most. Along its coastline, the state contains bountiful shoreline and marine ecosystems that are integral to the New England region. From the rich salt marshes that harbor hunting ground for wading birds and other animals, to seagrass meadows, which provide important nursery habitat for many different species of fish and invertebrates that inhabit North Atlantic waters. Rhode Island and its surrounding coastline provide habitat for a vast array of marine life, mammals, fish, and countless other creatures that call the ocean home. Within these waters, a story unfolds, one of speed, stealth, and misunderstood beauty. Sharks play a vital role in maintaining the health of our ocean ecosystems, and there's a select few who follow their path, who monitor their presence, species by species. Scientists who dedicate their lives to chasing fins. Offshore, beyond the gaze of beachgoers, an ocean predator glides silently through the currents. Sharks. Ancient, vital, and far more present in these waters than most would ever imagine.
I think when a lot of people think about New England, they don't think about sharks, right? You tend to favor warm tropical areas, but the fact of the matter is, historically, we have had at least a dozen species of sharks that visit the northeastern waters of the U.S., and some of those sharks go as far north as Canada. So we've got a dozen species now, and I think that's going to increase, particularly with the changing climate.
Sharks have quite the reputation. Much of that fame could be attributed to shark-related media. When most think of shark hotspots, many will think of areas like Guadalupe Island off Baja California, an area made famous for its white shark populations. The big charismatic predator garnering major attention. Little do many know that sharks are just as prolific in most of New England's waters, and Rhode Island hosts habitat for many different species of sharks. From dogfish, small bottom-dwelling sharks that can be found off the coastline, to mako sharks, a fast pelagic species that migrates through farther offshore. Given the prevalence of shark species in Rhode Island, shark scientists utilize the ocean state and the surrounding waters as their research areas.
Here's our ecosystem classic. If anybody's taken a biology course, here's your apex predator way up at the top. Shark health is ocean health, and ocean health is our health. So we're all about what's going on in the world of sharks and how we can make sure that they are managed the way that they should be. So changes in shark population, they have serious repercussions on ocean health.
The Atlantic Shark Institute, founded by Jon Dodd, began as a small 501c3 and has quickly grown into a network of some of the country's most esteemed shark scientists, shark enthusiasts, photographers, and citizen scientists.
One of the interesting things about this shark research world is you've got these colleges and universities, there's a place for them. You've got NGOs, you've got governmental organizations, you've got some overlap, and sometimes you have really big gaps. And that's where we felt there was an opportunity to create the Atlantic Shark Institute to do something that was unique, special, and could really get a big bang for the research dollar. We went out and assembled the best team we possibly could, and away we went.
Now, I work for a state agency, so it's a government agency, but it's critically important that I collaborate with academic institutions, private institutions, nonprofits, like the Atlantic Shark Institute. It's really important that we share information and we double up on efforts. We complement each other and we learn from each other, and that's important. That kind of collaborative research leads to, faster results, and I find it very rewarding.
The ASI acts as a bridge within the marine biology community, uniting scientists and conservationists along the East Coast for research, but it also supports student work in the area. Recently, the ASI has helped fund 3 graduate students, each with unique research having to do with sharks and ocean conservation.
We don't think there's a more important place to be, frankly, than working with these young students. I mean, they're the future of anything. And at the end of the day, these are the people that will teach the next generation. So if we can get them out there, getting them on the water, let's fund their bait, let's fund the equipment they might need, Let's get them a scholarship, let's get them some funding, and let's get rolling.
One of the ASI's most active studies revolves around the Institute's acoustic array, a network of sensors that collect information of passerby sharks that have been previously tagged. Every year, Jon and the ASI team intercept migrating shark species, tagging them with acoustic tags, each carefully crafted for deployment.
This is an acoustic tag. This is going to last hopefully 10 years. Every time a shark swims within about 600 to 1,000 yards of an acoustic receiver, it's going to register this shark using that unique identifier. So we've just built it. It's ready to go. We've got our anchor on the end, sharp point. This will go in about that far into the shark. This will stay out of the shark. Hopefully give us 10 years of data, 10 years of migration up and down the East Coast, and hopefully this tag will teach us a lot about sharks and shark survival. What's really nice about this tool and this application, this is for transducers, so it's really good at allowing this acoustic ping to do exactly what it needs to do. It's going to make sure that we eliminate biofouling. Let it dry for about a day, and we're finally ready to deploy.
Once the tags are built, Jon sends them to the network of shark scientists, citizen scientists, and fishermen who tag sharks that they either run into on research trips or, in the case of the fishermen, are accidentally caught as bycatch. Shark tagging trips are among Jon's favorite fieldwork. Each trip meticulously planned to increase the odds of running into sharks.
So what's funny is anybody can go out and catch a shark on any given day, right? That happens all the time. The question is, can you get this done on a consistent basis? Can you get it done with the species you're looking for? Can you get it done in the areas you need, the sexes you're trying to find, the sizes you're trying to find? At the end of the day, our season up here in New England is relatively short. And as long as we plan it out and we do what we need to do and we use our past experiences and what we've learned, we should have a successful day, and that's what it's all about when you get on the water. Okay, so here we are. We're out in the Northwest Atlantic. We're about 30 miles south of Rhode Island and Montauk, New York coast. So here's the next phase, right? We were able to build these acoustic tags to our specifications, and actually we had a really successful deployment about an hour or so ago. We had a beautiful female mako shark, just a little under 6 feet, which is a beautiful shark. So she swam away with one of these. It'll last 10 years, and as a reminder, acoustic technology picks up any acoustic receiver along the entire eastern seaboard. Will pick this tag up and will let us know exactly where that shark is going for the next 10 years. So we'll get her on her northern migration or southern migration, and up. We just got picked up. Keep on the surface. Yep, coming up to the surface. Keep an eye on this. Looks like it could be another mako. Yeah.
A mako has found its way along the chum slick to the boat. Now it's the team's chance to catch and tag the shark. Even after one shows up, it can take time until the shark strikes the bait.
The key here is we want to hook the shark. We only use circle hooks, so you really avoid any gut hooking. You really want this shark to consume this bait, but not so long and not so deeply that you end up with an issue. She's going for it. She's going for it again. Oh, you want to take this? That's ours. Oh! She got off.
Yep, there she is.
Hang on. Well, we lost the maker. We had a mako probably for 25 minutes at the boat grabbing some baits, but we now have a large blue shark that's moved in, which actually is another good species for us. We have a project with Rhode Island Department of Environmental Management who wants us to tag these sharks. So hopefully we can get this shark to the boat and get done what we couldn't get done with that mako.
Blue sharks are among the North Atlantic's most common pelagic species of sharks. This one is about 6 feet in length.
There we go. Okay, close.
The team confirms the length and individual characteristics like the shark before, deploying an acoustic tag. Once the tag is deployed, the hook is removed or cut, and the shark returns back to the depths. Tagging is not the only project that the Atlantic Shark Institute leads.
So this is called a BRUV, a Baited Remote Underwater Video System, acronym. pretty simple, but actually really effective. So got a bait cage here with an arm that we can actually extend and we can lock in at different distances from the structure itself. Attach a GoPro here, facing out, fill it with bait. We get the coolest stuff on these things, and that's what makes it really exciting to watch this video.
Baited remote underwater video systems, aka BRUVs, are another cornerstone of local Rhode Island shark research. The ASI collaborates with the Block Island Maritime Institute to film and collect important data off Block Island.
The Block Island Maritime Institute works very closely with the Atlantic Shark Institute's BRUV study. We help out with reviewing and setting up cameras for their study when they go out and drop these baited structures with video cameras on them that captures, one, the miraculous life that is surrounding the Block Island waters, but also that glimpse of watching different shark species swim by.
Small teams of researchers and citizen scientists board volunteer boats that deploy off Block Island. The goal is to release the cameras at strategic areas where the ocean life will congregate with the hope of catching sharks in the mix. On these cameras, an underwater world not often seen off New England is revealed. BRUVs attract a host of different species. Smaller fish like scup and triggerfish, small shark species such as dogfish, skates and rays who grab a nibble of the bait when nearby, and even leatherback turtles can be seen from the footage collected.
So what people don't realize is, if you don't see a shark on the surface, you don't see a shark on a fish line, we didn't detect a shark, right, on our acoustic telemetry, what's down there? And the reality is you don't know unless you put on scuba gear and run into it. That's where BRUVs come in. So we're able to drop these baited remote underwater video systems to the bottom with bait on them, so we get really fantastic video of these things that are very comfortable because there's no one in the water spooking them, and they're not dissimilar to a lobster trap, frankly, or some other structure, so they're very comfortable around them.
Elsewhere, off the Atlantic, closer to Montauk in New York, the ASI is on another mission, tagging spinner sharks. Jake Beretta, a graduate of University of Rhode Island, is leading a study on spinner sharks.
All right, so we're near shore today on the hunt for spinner sharks, Carcharodontis brevipenna. What we are out here today doing and trying to accomplish is tagging them acoustically, and this study, this research will help elucidate more of their movement ecology of these animals, how they migrate, where can you find them at what times of year, what habitat are they using, and potentially too, where they're feeding or pupping or nursing or breeding.
The team finds a school, releasing bait as they situate themselves to wait for a strike. Everything seems quiet. That is until...
We got a potential spinner shark, Carcharodontis brevipenna, on the line right now. Josh is tuckering it out a little bit, and then once we can get it close enough to the boat, I'll get a tail rope on it, we'll secure it, we'll measure it, we'll tag it, and we'll set it free. Oh, it's a spinner! It's a spinner! It's a spinner! Let's go! This is fantastic news because we've been out here for a couple of hours now looking for schools of bunker, and you never know what you're gonna get.
So the important thing right now is we don't want to pull this shark too hard because we have a lighter rod. This was actually a bait rod, and he picked up the bait. Precarious, but we feel pretty good about it, but this gear is not designed for this size shark.
Once the shark is close to the boat, the team uses rope to safely subdue the animal. By flipping the shark upside down, it enters tonic immobility, relaxing the shark. Jake installs an internal acoustic tag, creating a clean cut and suturing the shark at the seam. Once the incision is sealed, the team releases the shark, who goes back into the depths.
Got it! Oh my
God. Good job. That was really nice.
Great job. Great job. Great job.
To date, in the span of just a few years, the ASI are collaborators on more than 10 different research projects and published authors on the majority of those research efforts. Proof that scientific institutions such as the ASI are integral for connecting traditional science and citizen science together. Sharks connect our environments, keep habitats healthy, and in this case, can even unite communities under a common goal of oceanic conservation.